what we have here is just two fractions added together. Okay, I know there's a subtraction sign, but it's basically an addition type problem. And remember, when you add fractions, you need common denominators, and I do not have those. I have a sine on the left and a cosine on the right. So we're going to have to use this idea of a crazy one that we've talked about in the past to make those denominators look the same. And I'm not going to do u substitution in this problem. I think there's value for that when you're factoring, but I'm not doing a whole lot of factoring here. So let's just keep it with sines and cosines. I have this first fraction on the left, which I'm just going to write as it is, -1 plus sine phi, and that's divided by sine phi. And if you look at the other fraction, you see, hey, the one on the left is missing a cosine, so let's give it that. We're going to multiply it by cosine phi over cosine phi. And if you look at that, you see that, yeah, this is really just a fancy one. This is a crazy one right here. If you look at this fraction in particular, it's just something divided by itself. Okay, that's just 1. And now I have subtract negative cosine phi plus 1 divided by cosine phi. And what's the fraction on the right missing that the one on the left has? Well, that's just sine phi over sine phi. Okay, so now both denominators will have sine times cosine. And when the denominators are equal, that means we can write it as one big fraction where we just keep track of what's happening on the top. Now, let me switch to a different color here. I'm going to multiply cosine against these two terms. And we get negative cosine phi plus sine phi cos phi. And over here on the right, let's take a look at this and multiply both of those terms against sine. So we get negative sine phi cos phi and plus sine phi. Okay. Only thing left to do is a little bit of something's happening. Oh, hold on. Negative sign. Okay, forgot the negative sign. So that's going to be negative times negative makes a positive. Okay, don't forget the negative signs. And what else do we have here? I think there's going to be a negative times a positive. So this over here becomes a negative. All right. Now, if you combine all your like terms, we have these two in the middle, which are 2 times sine phi cos phi now. And there's not much left. It's just minus cos phi minus sine phi. And we are done. Don't forget the denominator. Sine phi cos phi. And at this point, it's all simplified. Don't try to get fancy and split this up or do more factoring or anything like that. Because all this said was, if you read the instructions, write your answer as a single fraction. Okay, that's all it really wants here.